Paul, he had a spiritual son. His spiritual son's name was Timothy. And this Timothy was a younger guy. There's many more people that was a lot older than him at his church. And Timothy kind of dealt with that because he was so young. There was a relationship that Timothy and Paul had. It's a really good comparison to now, whenever you have a pastor or you have that spiritual mother or that spiritual father that mentors you and takes care of you and teaches you and shows you ways to interact with the Father and teaches you how to navigate the spirit realm, really, with prayer and intercessory prayer, and how to be intimate with the Father and how to communicate and to be raw and just honest with the Father. That kind of relationship, if you don't have that person yet, start becoming that person for someone else, and God will open that avenue up for that spiritual mentor to come into your life, or your eyes will actually be open to see the one that's already there. But I encourage you, start being that mentor. Start reaching out to people to teach them the love of God and that relationship that we all aspire to have, that we all want to connect to the Father in this way, that there's nothing hindering us, that there's nothing in the way of us fellowshipping with the Father, no sin and no guilt and no condemnation, just being in the presence of God without any hindrances. And start teaching people that. Start teaching people how to be that raw and unfiltered with the Father, so that He can flash that little flashlight in the corners of their heart to purify and to help them get closer to the Father. I know I had that. I had many mentors, actually, and I praise God for them, because if it hadn't been for my spiritual mother, if it hadn't been for my other spiritual, I've had so many people that have tucked me under their wing and taught me how to navigate in the Spirit, really, and how to take that responsibility of whenever there is prayer going on, you have a job. You are not just supposed to sit there and do nothing. You're not just supposed to sit there and twiddle your thumbs or play on your phone or doodle in your notebook. You have a responsibility corporately to intercede and to pray in the Spirit and to keep that atmosphere conducive for the Spirit of God, that nobody quenches that Spirit. And that's including you. So I was taught that at a very young age, and I was also taught the value of where God places you. God puts you in a place at a specific time. And if you happen to see an emergency vehicle pass by, that God puts you there so that you can intercede and you can speak life over that situation, because there might not be anyone on that highway that is spiritually minded. There might not be anybody in that situation that knows God, but you do, and you just seen that emergency vehicle go by. So I was taught at a young age that you are called to be an intercessor in season and out of season, whenever you're not prepared, whenever you don't feel spiritual, but you are called to duty. You are called to pray and intercede for people, even whenever you don't feel like it, right? I was taught that there is nothing that can separate you from the love of the Father. That He will even walk with you through very, very, very troubling and dark times, and you will come out at the end giving glory to the Father. I was taught that by a spiritual father of mine that was absolutely put through the most awful situation, but we had a front row seat of basically seeing that devastation take place, but never truly impacting him or changing his confession, changed the way that he loved people, changed the way that he spoke. And that kind of mentorship, I want you to think about all those things that those spiritual mentors taught you.